The Minister of Works has answered. You know how it is, Madam Speaker. You believe that in acquiring properties that you need in order to widen the roadway, that you can negotiate reasonable prices from the landowners. Of course, it never ever turns out that way. People have you over a barrel. They know that you must acquire their lands, and they insist on getting prices for that acquisition that any reasonable person would consider extortionate. But so it is.
There's a matter that in the House, it was announced that this money was to reclaim some land, to pay for land. But the documents that we received in the Senate do not agree with that. Documents state that they're for different things, different expenses. Administration, relocating of poles, civil works, etc. Which we had already approved monies for those long ago. So had the piece of legislation come and the bill that's before us, the motion that's before us, had that come and said for land reclamation, then we could have asked, well, you know, where's the land, where are you buying it, blah, blah. Get some sort of response. But there's confusion, it seems. There's confusion between what the Prime Minister has said and what the Minister has said in the House and what we are seeing today before us. So that is concerning. 800,000 for administration. Moving of light poles, well, the road is not longer, so why would we move more light poles? You would have expected that that would have been dealt with in the first loan for $50 million. You understand? So it just reeks of a disorganized approach. It just reeks of, to me, poor management, poor planning.
I'm a little bit confused now. At first, at least in the reading of the papers I got, referred to civil works and maintenance. But I see my colleague, Senator Salazar, is saying almost definitively, as if it is now, the reason for the overruns is for land acquisition. My understanding, having checked with the Financial Secretary, that loan monies really ought not to be used for loan acquisitions. And so I think the difficulty that we're having, and that Senator Lizarraga has expressed in his research, is to identify specifically what really is the overruns that have occurred that has resulted in a $14 million additional expense on a project that had gone through some thorough research, thorough design to ensure that we would not have been in this position.